My name is William, and I am a network engineer at Aquaba Network. This is my office, this is where I work, and today I'm going to teach you how to configure the Mikrotik router, this Mikrotik router. Then we will integrate this Mikrotik router together with this Unify switch. You can see it over here, Unify switch. So we can see the name Unify switch over here, and that's what we're going to do. Then we will just mount this access point. So we are going to do this. We're going to start from the scratch to integrate, to configure the router. Then we will mount this Unify switch in our local controller. Then we would also adopt this access point, this Unify access point. There's a U logo on it. I don't know if you can see it. So it's a Unify access point, and it's a new one. So we are going to adopt this one in our local controller, and also adopt the switch also in our local controller, whereby this will be mounted on this, and this will get internet from this. I also have my uplink over here. This cable is my uplink. This cable is connected to our router, which supplies or which gives us internet connectivity. So this cable will be connected to port 1 on the Mikrotik router, whereby there will be internet on this router. Then this will now be pushed to this, so that wherever this access point is mounted, whichever office this access point is mounted in, there will be internet connectivity in that office together with its SSID. So there will be an SSID whereby that office will see that SSID, and the office will be able to get internet connectivity. So it will be mounted in the office at the top or just on the wall, to make sure that there's internet. Anywhere at all this access point is mounted in that particular office, there'll be internet access. So I'm going to start from the scratch, configure this, then adopt this in the local controller, then have our internet connectivity. Alright, so we are going to start now. So first and foremost, let me put my cable. This is my uplink, my internet connectivity cable, into port 1. So here I have my ports labeled, so I'll put this in port 1. This yellow cable that we are seeing is actually connected to my computer, this computer. So this one will go to port 1. So I just put it in port 1, and there we have it. So before we can actually configure our Mikrotik router, we will need an application called Winbox. This application called Winbox. Winbox will help us log into this Mikrotik router. I have reset this Mikrotik router to factory reset, so I will be able to log into this Mikrotik router with no problem. So I'm coming to configure the Mikrotik router. So I'll just log in. Because I have reset the Mikrotik router, I wouldn't need a password. So I'm just logging in, straightforward. Now that I have logged in, let me check something at quick set. When you look at quick set, you'd realize that there's nothing here. No IP addresses have been created. No IP addresses have been given. Nothing is done here. So we are going to start from the scratch and configure everything right away. So with this one, let me quickly close this one. So the first thing I'm going to do is to make this router a DHCP client on port 1. So port 1, that's ETA 1, will be my DHCP client. The DHCP client simply means, because I've connected my uplink, my internet cable to port 1, I am requesting for an IP address from my router, which is providing the internet access. Now that I have the IP address now, I'll quickly go to set a bridge, and this bridge, I'll just call it normal bridge, just bridge, and I'll say okay. Then I'll put all the ports on that bridge. except port 1. So port 2 will be on that bridge, and my cable is actually connected to port 2, so it might log me out briefly. So port 2 will be on that bridge, port 3 on that bridge, the same bridge, port 4 will be on that bridge, port 5. I'm putting all my ports on that bridge. Forgetting, quickly introducing myself, my name is William Sam, a network engineer at Akwaba Network, Cisco certified network engineer at Akwaba Network in Ghana. So now that I have created my bridge, which is bridge, and I've placed all my ports in that bridge, I'll quickly go then and set addresses. So I want to set an address which is for this bridge. I'll call it 18.108.1.1/24, and I'll put it on that bridge that I created, that interface I created. That's the bridge. I'll first and foremost apply to see the network mask, which is looking okay. Then I'll just apply. Now that I have it this way, let me go back to quick set. So quick set, you'd realize that everything is back. I'm seeing everything now. I've gotten an IP address from my internet router, which is here automatically, and I've also gotten an IP address within. Okay, let me close it again. I'll come back to it again. I want to set a DHCP server. So in setting a DHCP server, let me close this one, or let me delete this one. In setting a DHCP server, I will apply it to that interface. That's the bridge I created, and there'll be an IP address. So that's the IP address, and the next one continues like that. Okay, so I would like to start from 15. Okay, so I want it to start from 16 going, so it will continue. Okay, I wouldn't set any DNS servers now. It's fine. Okay, so let's go next, and I've created my DHCP server. Okay, now that I have my DHCP server, I'll go back to quick set and I'll apply the NAT aspect. Okay, now that I've applied NAT, you realize that I don't have internet currently. You see that I don't have internet. So what I'll quickly do is I'll have to reboot the system. But before I reboot the system, let me quickly set a password. Okay, let me leave it for this tutorial. There wouldn't be any password now, so let's leave it. Let me reboot the system. So I'll reboot it. So when it comes back, then we continue. So now that the system is rebooting, you'd realize that my computer now has internet access. So you'd see here, you see that I am connected. I have internet access now. So let me go through what I've done. So I have my DHCP client, which is this one. That's okay. Then I have my address, which is this very one, which is connected to my bridge. So let me connect this one to my bridge. Okay, so that is my bridge. Okay, let me look at it again. Addresses, that's to my bridge. Okay, then I have my server, which is this server. Okay, let me see the IP address I'm given. This is the IP address I've been given. This is the IP address I've been given, 18.108.1.254. Okay, so this is okay. Let me see if I can browse. So let me check anything. Hello. Okay, I can browse with this one. Okay, now that I can browse, or let me go to YouTube and find out some few things and see. So YouTube, I just want to make sure that I can browse. Okay, so YouTube has loaded well. Okay, all right, so everything is looking good, everything is looking fine here. Now I'm done setting up the router. Now that I'm done setting up the router, I am now going to set up the switch and the access point. Okay, so quickly you'll see that I'm done setting up the router. This router, I'm done setting it up. That's the Mikrotik router. I'm done setting it up here. So what I'll quickly do now is I'll connect one cable to the router, then another cable to the Mikrotik, the Unify switch, sorry. So one cable to the router, that's the Mikrotik router, then another cable to the Unify switch. I want to integrate both of them. Then from there, after I'm done doing this one, then I'll come to add the access point to it. This is what I have here. Okay, now I'm going in to do that of the switch. So there's a connection between the switch and the router. So this cable goes into the switch, the Unify switch, and the other side of it goes into the router. Okay, now that I've established that connectivity, I'm now going into the configuration part to go and do it. And for me to be able to do that, I need to have an application called Unify controller. So Unify controller, I will launch my Unify controller, and as it is launching, I need to quickly let you know that again, I'm a network engineer at Akwaba Network with 3 years and counting experience, even though I'm not that old in the IT field as compared to other people who have 20-30 years experience. I'm still growing, but currently I'm in my 3rd year as an IT professional. Okay, all right, so my Unify controller is ready, so I'll launch it. So upon launching it, I want to set it up quickly. So here we go, next. So now that I have internet, I can easily go into my account. I can easily log into my account. So this is my credential. Okay, now that I've gone through that one, you can see the switch, Unify switch, 24 ports. You can see the switch has been given an IP address 27 minutes ago. So this is coming from my router. So if I come to my DHCP server and I come to lasers, you'd realize that this is my PC, and realize that there's another IP address which is here that goes for the unified switch, the unified switch. Okay, so now let's go back here, let's continue. So I'll simply continue. So I need to set a Wi-Fi name. So Wi-Fi name, I'll just say Akwaba Network. Okay, so akwabanetwork.com, and the password will be 1234 for now. So I'll use both the 2 and the 5. Okay, it says password must be at least 8 characters, so I'm going to make it 8 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, so aquabanetwork.com. So that's what we have there. Okay, so it's looking okay. So let's finish it up. Okay, now that we have it here, let me go to Unify devices. And when I come to Unify devices, you'd realize that the Unify switch is already adopting. It's already in the process of adoption. So this is how it will go. It will adopt quickly. When it's ready, then we'll just integrate, we'll just add the access point to it for us to get internet connectivity. So for now that the switch is getting adopted, I wouldn't be able to add a Wi-Fi name. Why? Because I need to, it says an access point is required to implement these configurations. So I'll wait. So I'm just waiting for, yes, my Unify switch is ready now. And as it is ready, let's go back. So let's have a look at the topology again. So this is my switch. So this is my switch, my Unify switch, and then this is my router, the Mikrotik router. Now that I've finished with the switch and the router, I'm now coming to integrate the access point. So over here, I'll simply put the access point. It is the port on the switch is PoE, that's power over Ethernet. So I'll just connect it straight forward and it will give it power. So I'm just connecting in port 3 and there should be power. Okay, so it's powered on. And as it is booting, we should see it here. We should see it in our controller, our local controller, that it is ready to be adopted. So we'll just adopt it. So it is booting, it's white. I don't know if you can see the color, but it's white. So it's booting, as you can see. So we'll wait for it to come to finish booting. Then we will adopt it. So it will show over here, then we'll just adopt it. Okay. So let's wait for it to finish booting and come on. Then get an IP address also. So it must be given an IP address. So currently, let's say that, so currently we have two IP, good. So it has come, it has been given an IP address. So that's a F4E2, that's its MAC address. Now let's look into the controller. Yes, there it is. So it is UAP ACLR. So just simply click to adopt it. So we adopt it over here. So it is in the process of being adopted. So look at the topology again. So the topology is access point, router, Unify switch. And now as it has finished, you can see the blue color on it. It has turned into a blue color now. There's a blue color on it now, meaning that it has been adopted, or it is still in the process of adoption. Okay, so we can see in our controller that it is still blinking. It's still blinking, it's still showing that amber color. Okay, so let's wait. Now it is blue. Beautiful. So we'll simply name this access point. We're going to name this access point as, let's say we are mounting this access point in the HR office. So HR office. So we are just going to say, okay, apply. Now that we have successfully renamed it, let it finish its process. Okay, so when it's done with the processing, we can confidently come here and then come and name it. So we are going to create a new SSID and we are going to call it AP test. AP test, we'll give it a password of a password of 1234 1, no, sorry. a password of 123412334. That's the password we are going to. It says the password should be between 8 to 63. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, so we are just going to add it up. So among the SSIDs which are here, let's see if we will see AP test. AP test. AP test. So let me close it and go back there again and see. AP test. AP test. AP test. AP test is not showing here. So I'll off my Wi-Fi. And then on my Wi-Fi again to see if I can see the AP test. There it came. All right, so there we have it. So AP test is working here. I'll simply take my phone, the office phone I have with me here. So among the SSIDs which is there, you can see AP test clearly over there. So I'm going to get to it. So I'll go into it, AP test. AP test connecting. Then it is requesting for password. So I'm just going to put the password, which is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Connect. So it's in the process of connecting, and then it says connected. Now that it says connected, let me see if I can browse. So I'll go to YouTube, and I'm making sure that my own data is not working. My own data is off, and I'm connected to AP test over there. You can see the Wi-Fi name AP test. Okay, so let's just, yes, something is playing. Yeah.
Uchiha clan has produced a lot of legendary ninjas such as Itachi, Madara, Shisui, Sasuke, Fugaku, etc. However, there is one.
Alright. So this clearly shows that I've been able to, let me show you again. This clearly shows that I've been able to mount my access point together with the Unify switch, my Unify access point together with the Unify switch into my Mikrotik router. So this one and the switch are both getting their IP addresses from the Mikrotik router. And with this one, I'm able to get internet from my Mikrotik router, pass it through the switch, then give it to my access point, which is here. And you can clearly see I have named it as AP test over here, which is shown over here. My computer too has internet connectivity via this yellow cable, this very one which is here, via this one, which is connected to my computer. So you see, I've been able to do this successfully by integrating both the access point and the switch to get IP address from the Mikrotik router, and internet is being passed from the Mikrotik router through the switch to the access point. Alright, thank you very much for your time. My name is William Sam, and it was a pleasure teaching you this. Thank you. Bye bye.